There's 4-colour heroes and people who's going around and using coloured costumes and fight crime.
One of the things about Heroes is that it has amazing production values. You can really tell how much money has been spent into producing it.
Didn't they get in trouble with it last year about some of it?
Yes, Jeff Loeb was one of the executive producers that was laid off.
He's a comic book bloke.
Sorry?
He's a comic book bloke.
Yeah.
Yep, he's done numerous things. I actually was surprised to see him in doing the early series of Smallville as well.
Ooh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Smallville. Chloe's nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of intertextuality as well. You know, kind of references.
That's a big word for this one.
Sorry, I'll try and keep it short.
When something you watch or read references something else you've watched or read. There we go.
For example,
in references then.
Yeah. For example, in the earlier series we had George Takei, and his license plate was NCC 1701. Nice touch, that.
Anyone done 42 yet? Because that's usually the best one.
As in Hitchhiker's reference.
Or 37, the Kevin Smith reference. 37? Always brings a smile to anyone's face that knows Kevin Smith when you say the words 37.
I quite like the characterisation of, well, the characters, really. They're kind of flawed but essentially human, and they're never too simple. They're never like a two-dimensional character. There's always, you know, something about them. Say, for example, I mean, you may think that Masaoka's character, Hiro, was quite naive and, you know, young than that, but he does have kind of depth to him. Like, especially when you sort of like see him in light with Ando, and they usually kind of counterpoint each other.
Yes.
Yes. Have you got anything else?
I don't know heroes. Apart from old Doctor Who turned up as Claude Rains, the Invisible Man, which is like, oh, lol, irony.
Yeah, there's also spin-off, well, web series, well, numerous web series that you'd probably be able to see on YouTube.
Where are you watching this?
Yeah, exactly. There was meant to be a spin-off show called Heroes Origins, in which Kevin Smith was actually supposed to direct one of the episodes.
Curses, I hope
since that kind of got cancelled because of the writers' strike, and there's rumours of a game as well.
Money issues, I would have thought, would have played into that as well.
There was rumours of a game, but that's since seeming to be cancelled.
Blame the PS3.
Well, then again, you've got City of Heroes and City of Villains as well. So
they're not even going anymore, I don't think.
The one thing that I think I would change about the series is they don't seem to be very inventive with their use of the powers.
And they seem to have quite a large capability with them, like the intensity of how they can use them. So that's a bit strange.
I was actually quite pleased that they, in essence, debroken Peter Petrelli by having him so that he can only use one power at a time.
For now.
Yeah, because he was getting, you know, kind of Sylar-esque.
Yeah, but then we've still got Sylar going around with tons of different powers.
Exactly.
We'll kill you later.
But I think it's a lot more balanced now because you have a lot more, more good characters than bad characters now, in general. Okay. Sorry, these are my notes. I'll skip the actors and I'll think of them because I enjoy all their performances. I think it's just basically a generally well-made series. You know, the acting spot on, lighting, editing, sound effects, the special effects, and everything's you know, really spot on, as I said. And I think some of the things that I didn't like was that it was kind of easier to watch it on DVD than it is to kind of watch it on TV.
Oh my goodness.
And it's kind of built into the system to be that way, where you'd have like, especially in the earlier series, where you'd have like an entire series. And
it was really slow moving.
Yeah, it was quite slow moving, and the things that really pushed the story forward were like right in the last 5 minutes of each episode. Kind of urged you to kind of watch the next one, and it worked for some people. It didn't work for other people. I know it didn't work for Tim here.
It didn't work for me.
Well, it's not that I didn't want to watch it, it's just I just didn't have time.
And I think another thing that I would like is if there was kind of more global events surrounding it. I know they tend to kind of go to specific places and then kind of come back
Quite soon after.
Yeah, quite soon after. I know there are quite a few characters that are from different places as well, but I think it would do well since it's kind of like a global thing that's going on in Heroes. It just seems quite America-centric in a way. Okay, that's my review done. Yeah, sorry about that.
I like Guinness. That's another kind of stout.
Yeah, I've been undergoing a reading experiment lately.
You moved up to the books that don't have chewable flaps then.
Exactly. Gone on to paperbacks. Now, I wrote a blog like last week saying I wasn't going to talk about Twilight anymore until I'd at least read some, if not all of it. And I'm still reading that. Thank you very much. No flames. And it's been an interesting piece of it. It's actually been better than I expected, and it's better than previous American teen fiction for girls that I've read when I was actually a teenager as well. But I would say that the target audience is girls aged 14 to 18 years.
So I'm not trying to beat the book across the tail. I'm just trying to throw out all the really cheesy vampire references.
There's no cheesy vampire references. But I am trying to read the entire series. I'm not going to stop with the first book. I'm going to read them all through. And I really have enjoyed the first book so far because it deals with issues more realistically than other American teen fiction that I've previously read. There's a particular incident partway through it where it looks suspiciously like the main protagonist, this girl's going to get, raped, basically. And they don't say it outright, but they deal. She's down a dark alleyway. These three blokes or something.
Why is it
coming
always a
after
dark
her.
alley?
Because that's the best place to try and do those things.
Tip of the week.
Avoid dark alleys and three blokes.
Yeah. And they don't say it outright that's what it is, but it's insinuated. It's insinuated, and the protagonist is saved by the sort of like the main sort of love interest. Yes. But it's quite good, and you can't call it out on the originality of the use of the vampires because it's hard to be original with the genre anymore. You can't do it. It's all been done before. It's just how well you convey it is what's the issue.
But Tim, you're not really exactly a big fan of the horror genre.
I don't mind the horror genre. It's just the only thing is it's been so done to death.
The thing is that the vampirism.
Same thing you said about zombies, to be fair.
It's not the vampirism itself that's the main thing. It's the fact that it's used as a vehicle to explore the notions behind teen love and romance, and in particular forbidden love.
Right. Three things. One, are they weak against crosses?
No.
Are they opposed to garlic?
We don't know that yet.
Are they immune to sunlight?
Nope. Well, actually, they are immune to sunlight, actually, but they go supposedly sparkly when they go in it, which is why the vampire kids that are in this town can't actually go to school when it's sunny, because if they did, everyone would notice that that there's something wrong with them, apart from that they look quite pale normally anyway.
See, back in the good old days, you had Bela Lugosi, Gary Oldman. It was Gary Oldman, wasn't it? See, he was a good vampire. No, see, that's the thing. People are trying to do too many variants. What they need to do is go really, really classic. Sorry for the Gordon Ramsay hand gestures. Which is two, because there's that, and I can't remember what the fourth one is.
It's probably this.
I would kind of argue against going about the classic thing because it tends to get cliche, and it's only through kind of subverting and playing about with these elements, these generic conventions, that you actually find out,
also,
why things are like that.
Kids today aren't they? They're seeing all the variants and what people are coming up with. Nobody's seeing the classic vampire. The classic things like werewolves and silver, vampires and crosses. Won't say too much actually on that. But it's not like the good old days.